everyone. Today we're going to be doing 2 blocks using strips. Each one will measure about 5 inches. And what I'm doing is I'm using some scraps from an old shirt. So that's what these are. And these 2 fabrics are actually from a bed sheet. It's brand new, it's been laundered, and I've used some of it in other projects. It is all cotton fabric. And the third one actually for my center is just a 1.5 inch square that I have on hand that I thought would look kind of nice. So for the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to sew together 4 strips of 1.5 inch fabric, and you want to alternate them. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and sew these. If you haven't sewn strips before, it's important not to sew them all in the same direction, because what happens is they start getting a bit of a curve. Because this is a smaller strip, it's really important to do that as well. So what I'll do is I'll do this one, I'll do this one, and then I'll join these together going the opposite way. So let me do that and I'll be right back. As a tip, this is 1/4 inch foot is very helpful to help keep it straight. Just showing you quickly that I did sew these together. And what I'm going to do is before I join them, I'm actually going to press them to the dark side. It's easier to do it when they're in 2 sections than to try and do all 3 seams at the same time. Okay, I'm back. So we have the 4 strips that were sewn together and they were pressed. And then what we need to do is cut them apart. Because I'm actually making this block as I go along, I decided that the center square that I was going to put into it might be too complicated at this stage of the game. So we're going to keep it simple. So this will just be kind of a neat take on an hourglass with a bit of a stripe. Again, we're using scraps, so you can make it a Scrappy themed blocks. So to show you how to cut this apart, what we do is we need to make sure the bases of each one are 5.25 inches. So here, there's one there, there, and there. And we need 4 to make this block be sewn together properly. If you've never used a 45-degree measurement on your ruler before, this is the line here. It always has 45-degree. Most rulers also have 60 and 30. This one has 45. So what you need to do is you need to line it up on the base. And for your first cut, you have to make sure that all the fabric is meeting the base as well. So this was actually over a little bit like this. So we make that cut. That went away. Then what we did is we made this cut here, again going away, and then I turned it around and I made the other cut to give this and this. If you need me to draw another diagram, I can certainly do that. Just leave a comment in the description below and I will get that to you. So next what we will do is all these extra pieces, that's what they are. They're extras, so you can use them for something else. And these triangles, what we're going to do is we're going to reconstruct them into our block. So because we have 4 different centers, it's going to have a bit of a neat hourglass look here. So because we had pressed the seams to the dark side, and then on one of them we made sure that we were alternating them, we should be able to nest our seams quite nicely. So the easiest thing to do is to sew these 2 together as a set, these 2 together as a set, so you'll have those. Then you'll want to press them so they're opposite, and then you'll make one last seam there, and then it's all done. So I'll take care of that and I'll show you what we have. Okay, I have this block all sewn together. It's 4 3/4 inches once you square it up, which I haven't done yet. Sometimes I like to leave these tails because they help me when I'm joining them with other blocks that have a lot of seams. On the back side, the final seam, I did press it open. You can spin the center if you want. I'm always a little bit hesitant, especially when you have small little pieces. I'm afraid that the seam's going to open up on me. So this is block 1. So next up is going to be another variation. This one's going to be using brown. And again, these are fabrics that are taken from men's dress shirts. So they can be used like a memory quilt or memory placemats or what have you, or just pick some of your favorite fabric to put them together. So with this one, again, we're going to be cutting it into 1-inch strips, and I'm just going to put together a sheet and I'll be right back. Okay, here's the second block. It's all in browns. There is the center, which is blue, which will tie into the other. So basically it's a 1-inch strip that's cut down and you just go round and around. So I've taken the 1.5-inch square and added a 1.5 and 1-inch strips on either side. I've pressed them. Now also these two on the ends, then I'll press it, then I'll add these, then these, etc., etc. So once I'm done, I'll show you what it looks like. So here we go, the second block that's made with shirts, so fabric that has been repurposed. I really like how this one turned out. It's got kind of a nice design with all the different plaid and check pattern. So I will put the measurements in the description. I hope you enjoy making these. I always love to hear from people, and if you have any ideas of things you'd like to make, please let me know. And as always, sew with the bee. Have a great day.